How's it going today, guys? So today we're going to be talking about how to make $1,000 a month on YouTube. Now there's a new section on the YouTube channel page called Community where I can poll my audience and ask you guys questions and share different things, and I've been using this a lot to figure out what videos I should be making. So I put a poll out there a little bit over, about half a day ago, asking what you guys wanted me to do my next video on, and I had over 1,300 votes, and the winner was how to make $1,000 a month on YouTube. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some more information on how you can create a YouTube channel that earns you $1,000 per month or more. Now I'm making well over $1,000 a month on YouTube. I'm going to show you guys my total earnings figures. But first of all, I just want to explain that I'm not going to be showing you my exact ad rates because it's kind of a gray area as to whether or not we are allowed to share that information as creators. So there's a lot of reputable YouTube channels I've come across that have said that they have gotten in trouble for posting a video that shows how much they're getting paid on YouTube. And I don't know, some people share it, some people don't, but for me, because my YouTube channel is my lifeblood and this is how I make a living, I'm not going to take the risk of showing my earnings and getting in any trouble. The only thing I could find on this topic was I found this forum where they were discussing, are we as YouTube partners allowed to disclose how much money we make? Now yes, this is a much older thread, but someone said down here that part of the contract you sign includes a non-disclosure agreement, and they say that this means if you share your earnings figures, you're violating that contract. So I don't know, guys, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna show my exact earnings. I can give you guys a ballpark, and if you want more of an idea of my earnings breakdown, I've done a couple of videos I'll link up at the end that will give you a better idea of how much money I make from my different income sources related to YouTube. But let's go ahead and jump over to Social Blade because that gives a rough estimate of what I'm making. It's not very accurate, but it's kind of close. They're estimating that in the last 30 days I've made $295 to $4.7K, and I've made over $4.7K from YouTube ads. I'm not going to disclose much more than that, but that's a lowball figure because due to the nature of my content, I have a very high CPM. That's just because of the audience that watches my videos. People are more interested in putting ads in front of these people because they have money, they're motivated, they're entrepreneurs, and as a result, advertisers are willing to open their pockets a little bit more and spend some more money to run these ads. So I'm guessing the first question you guys have is, number one, how much money am I making from YouTube? And the second one is probably how long did it take me to build up a YouTube channel that pays me $1,000 per month? So this is the exact figures of how much money I made from all of my YouTube sources as far as the income sources I make. That comes from sales of my digital products, it comes from affiliate links, my ads, and this is combined here, okay? So when I first started, guys, it started very slow. You have to understand when you start a YouTube channel, you're not going to be making pretty much any money, and now you have to hit a certain threshold before you can even monetize, so you're going to make pretty much $0 when you first get started on YouTube. But back in October of 2016, I started my channel, and I made $2.57 that month, okay? So I worked for 30 days on my channel, I made enough to buy a cup of coffee. In November, I made $7.16. In December, I made $59.99, maybe enough for a cheap webcam or something like that. Now, January is for the first time I started to see some real money there. So January, I made $356.67. February, I almost hit 1,000. We were 3/4 of the way there, pretty much at $729.82. And then March going forward, I've made $1,000 or more every month. So the answer is it took me 6 months to build a YouTube channel from $0 to $1,000 a month. And now I'm at the point where I've built the channel to $10,000 a month. So September, I made $12,518.48. October, I did a video explaining why my October numbers were lower than normal. I'm not going to get into that in this video. And then the most recent month in November, I made almost $20,000 for my channel. So it's a very good income source. And so yeah, guys, let's go ahead and talk more about how I built a YouTube channel to $1,000 a month. But understand that I worked every day at this, and it took me 6 months to do this. So it's not going to happen overnight, but think about the fact that you could potentially put 6 months of work into something and then make $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. That wouldn't be too bad as long as you're willing to continue to put out good content and be active on YouTube. It's very possible, and maybe you're in a position where you have a job but you have extra time on your hands. $1,000 a month would be a nice little side income to invest or save up for a house or something like that. So I'm sure most people would not argue with having an extra $1,000 of income each month, and that's what I first did when I started YouTube, is I used it to supplement the income from my job. Okay, so there's two things we need to know before we go any further here with this discussion. First of all, what is the average CPM on YouTube? But before we even go there, what is CPM? CPM is the amount of money that the advertisers pay per 1,000 impressions, or what you make before YouTube gets their cut on 1,000 views that were advertised upon. So this figure is coming from 2015, so you may argue that it's not accurate, but I've talked to a lot of creators that are in the generic content channels like comedy channels or gaming channels, things like that. They have told me that their CPM is around $2, or in some cases, especially with those gaming channels, it can be less. What this comes down to is the supply out there. So if you're in the comedy niche or the gaming niche, there are tens of thousands of channels out there that are competing for the same ad money, and as a result, you're going to see lower ad rates. The reason my CPM is higher is because there are not as many people doing the videos that I do, videos related to financial topics and making money. So as a result, advertisers are paying a premium to get in front of my videos. But anyways, we're going to figure that the average CPM on YouTube is $2 per 1,000 views. Now, do remember, as we said, YouTube is going to keep a large chunk of that money, or Google. So Google or YouTube, they keep 45% of all of the money that your channel brings in as far as ads go, and you keep the other 55%. So if you were trying to make $1,000 per month on YouTube solely relying on ads, and if you were making the average CPM of $2 per 1,000 views, how many views would you need to make $1,000 a month? So we're assuming, again, that $2 CPM, YouTube keeps 45% and you keep 55%. So your true CPM after paying YouTube is $1.10 per 1,000 views, or 55% of that $2 average CPM. So if we do the math on that, in order to make $1,000, you would need to have 909 times that 1,000 views, or 909,000 views per month, okay? Now, in the last 30 days on my YouTube channel, and do remember that I have 85,000 subscribers at this point in time, I had 1.1 million views over the last 30 days. So to think you're going to be able to get 909,000 views, that is not a very realistic goal as a beginner. So if you wanted to make $1,000 per month from YouTube solely relying on ad revenue, you would need about 30,000 views per day. And when you get started on YouTube, it's going to be hard to even get 10 views, if not 100 views on your videos. So looking at it like that, I understand why many people decide to quit altogether, because these numbers just don't make sense. Or maybe you're in a position where you have a very small channel, you're making ad revenue, but you're making a couple of pennies a day. You're probably wondering, how does it ever get any better? You see people out there like me making money on YouTube, and you wonder if it's actually possible, or if people like me just got lucky. Well, I'm here to show you guys that you're looking at this all wrong, because most people who are doing this are relying on one source of income from their YouTube channel, and that is not the way to do YouTube. So I have multiple sources of income related to my YouTube channel. First of all, I make money from the YouTube ads. I make money from Amazon affiliate links. I also have occasional sponsors come on my channel, but I also make most of my money, the majority of my money comes from the sale of my digital courses, okay? So I have a stock market mastery course because I have a lot of stock market related videos. And then I also have a private membership group where I teach people how to build a YouTube channel. And that's another way I make money on YouTube, is by getting people to join that membership group. So the money that you're going to make on YouTube or anything you do online is not going to come from the ads. It's going to come from what you do with that traffic, all right? The way I see it is this. If you're doing YouTube and you're putting ads in front of your videos, you're making the advertisers a ton of money, because let's say you're doing a YouTube channel about Amazon, and let's say you're doing Amazon FBA, that's a very popular niche right now, and you're getting views on your videos, and everyone who's watching those videos is seeing ads for Amazon courses or other things related to Amazon FBA, and they're clicking on those ads, and they're making those advertisers rich. And in the process, those advertisers are paying you a very small amount of money. The way I see it is this. It's like if you had a store, and you had all these customers walking into your store every single day, and you made money by putting ads on the door of your business or your store or whatever. So those advertisers paid you money, so people saw that ad before they came through your door, but then they walk into your store and it's empty. You're not selling anything because you have no products to offer them, or services, things like that. So that is what I think of people who are operating in niches on YouTube, and they aren't providing their own product or service or course of any kind, it's like having an empty store, and you have customers walking through the door of your business every single day that are willing to buy something, willing to learn from you, but you're not selling them anything because you're not doing YouTube in the right way. So let's say you build a channel up to the point where you're getting 1,000 new subscribers per month. And I know that sounds like a lot, but that's about 33 people per day. That is really not that many, and it's very doable. And let's say you're getting 1,000 views per day in addition to that. So what are you making from ads? You're making absolutely nothing. So again, on that $1.10 true CPM after you pay YouTube times that 30 days in a month, you're making 33 bucks a month in ad revenue, which is absolutely terrible. But let's talk about what I said before about the goal of converting 1% of your audience or of those new subscribers to your paid content, or whatever your back-end monetization may be. It could be things like merchandise. It could be a course you sell. It could be coaching you sell. It could be one-on-one Skype sessions. But your goal is going to be to convert 1% of the people who come through the door of your business, your online business. The way I see it is it's like having a store. Like I said, you got people coming in right now and you're not selling them anything because you have nothing to sell. Well, once you have something in your store to sell, your goal is just to sell it to 1% of the people that view your channel or subscribe to your channel. So let's go ahead and go run through some numbers here. Let's say you had a $10 product. Let's say you sold a t-shirt and you made $10 on that t-shirt. Well, if you could convert 1% of your audience, you'd make $100 a month from that t-shirt. Not too bad, but that still doesn't get us to $1,000 per month. Now let's say you have a $25 item. Let's say this is a book that you put together or a comprehensive PDF guide on something related to your videos. Again, let's say you convert 10%, so now we're looking at $250 per month. So now let's go ahead and move up to $50 per month. Let's say you offer a one-on-one Skype call to people or a Skype session and you get 10 people to do it per month. Now you're making $500 a month for basically 10 hours of work. So not a bad hourly rate there at all. Now let's move up to $100 a month. Let's say you're offering a course of some kind related to your content. If you can get 10 people a month to sign up for that course, 1% of your audience to sign up for that course, now you're making your $1,000 per month. Now you're making $1,000 a month on YouTube. Let's take it a step further. Now you have a more comprehensive course you're offering for $250 a month. Now you're making $2,500 a month. Let's say you have a very in-depth course that comes with one-on-one coaching and all kinds of extra stuff, and it's $500 per month. Now you're making $5,000 a month by converting 1% of that audience over to this paid piece of content. And then let's say you're selling something that's $1,000 a month. I'm not telling you what this will be. It's different for every niche out there, but let's say it's the best possible thing you could offer people. It's a course. It's also a private group. It's private discussions, private calls, and it's for the most serious people out there. So these people are going to pay you $1,000 to be a part of this, and at this point, you're going to convert 1% of people to this paid product. Now you're making $10,000 a month off of a very small channel. This is how people are truly making the money they're making on YouTube. This is how I'm making close to $20,000 a month from my YouTube channel. It's not from the ads. It's not from the Amazon links. It's not from the sponsors. While that helps because I diversify revenue streams, the bread and butter of my YouTube channel is the paid content behind my channel. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the business model I follow for my YouTube channel, and it's a way where you can make $1,000 a month or more even with a very small audience. You don't necessarily have to have 1 million people watching your videos or millions of people watching your videos in order to make money. You just have to be doing this in the right way and following the correct model. Now, if you guys are interested in learning more about this, like I said, I do have my private YouTube mentorship where I teach you guys essentially how I built a business on YouTube, and in 1 year I went from $0 to $10,000 per month on YouTube, and as I said, this November I just did about $20,000 from my YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in having me be your teacher as far as building a YouTube channel, I have the link to Passion to Paycheck in the description, and we are still running a 50% off discount for the time being. So if you guys are looking to learn more about YouTube, the link for that is in the description below. Anyways, guys, that is all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to be notified of any future uploads. And as always, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video.